Being that the members of Pentatonix are all about bringing Christmas joy to the masses every holiday season, it's easy to forget that they've all faced a variety of struggles in their personal lives.
Over the years, Pentatonix hasn't just reinvented a cappella, they've reinvented themselves. From dramatic glow-ups to unexpected transformations, shifting lineups, bold new fashion eras, and the kind of personal evolution that only comes with fame, growth, and years on the road, the Pentatonix members look nothing like the fresh-faced group we first fell in love with. So, what happened? When did this transformation begin? And why does everyone look so different now? Join us as we dive into the surprising transformation of the Pentatonix members who have the internet talking. Mitch Grassi. Mitch Grassi, whose full name is Mitchell Kobe Michael Grassi, was born on 24th July 1992 in Arlington, Texas, USA. From a very young age, Mitch grew up in a warm, creative home with his sister. The two of them were always singing around the house. They would put together small variety shows for their parents, singing pop songs, Christmas songs, and anything else they loved at the moment. These little homemade performances may have looked simple, but they were the first clear signs of Mitch's natural love for music. Even as a child, he had a strong voice, a big imagination, and an excitement for performing that only grew stronger over time. As he entered his school years, Mitch's world opened up even more. He met two people who would later become life-changing friends and collaborators, Scott Hoying and Kirsten Maldonado. All three were involved in theater, choir, and school productions. They were children who felt most alive when singing, dancing, or acting. Because of this shared passion, they quickly bonded. Mitch, Scott, and Kirsten started performing together at a very young age, long before they knew how far their talent would take them. These early performances strengthened their friendship and planted the seeds for something bigger. Without knowing it, they were building the foundation for the world-famous a cappella group they would form in the future. Today, Mitch Grassi is best known as one of the founding members and lead vocalists of Pentatonix, the highly successful a cappella group. Pentatonix did not start as a global phenomenon. Instead, they began humbly, just a small group of talented friends with strong voices and a love for harmonies. But everything changed in 2011 when Pentatonix won Season 3 of the singing competition show The Sing-Off. That victory completely transformed their lives. Overnight, the group went from being relatively unknown to being seen as groundbreaking performers with a fresh, modern a cappella sound. After the show, Pentatonix released several albums and EPs that earned millions of fans across the world. Their unique singing style, making full music without using any instruments, captured global attention. Their YouTube videos gathered millions of views, and people admired their creativity, vocal blending, and ability to turn popular songs into stunning a cappella arrangements. With Mitch's powerful vocal range and unique tone, Pentatonix achieved incredible success. Over the years, the group won 3 Grammy Awards, a major achievement that placed them among the most successful vocal groups of their generation. But Mitch's creativity does not stop with Pentatonix. Together with Scott Hoying, he created another musical project called Superfruit, which became extremely popular on YouTube. On their channel, Mitch and Scott explored different musical styles, created fun videos, and built a loyal online fan base. Superfruit allowed Mitch to show a more playful, experimental side of himself, and fans loved it. Still, Mitch felt a growing desire to express even deeper, more personal creative ideas. This led him to start releasing solo music. In 2021, he introduced a new music project under the name Messer. His first solo EP, titled Roses, was released in August 2021. Unlike the bright, vocal-heavy Pentatonix sound, Messer explored darker, more electronic, techno-inspired music. Mitch explained that this new direction allowed him to share more intimate stories and emotions, topics like self-love, reflection, and searching for personal truth. Mitch Grassi is also widely known for his bold fashion choices. He is someone who uses clothing as another form of self-expression. Whether he is on stage, on the red carpet, or in a music video, his fashion often challenges traditional ideas of what men should wear. Mitch has also been open about his sexual orientation. He is gay, and he uses his platform to support LGBTQ+ rights, visibility, and acceptance. But which of the co-founders' voices stood out among the Pentatonix? Let's find out. Scott Hoying. Scott Hoying, born on the 17th of September 1991 in Arlington, Texas, is best known today as one of the standout voices and co-founders of the world-famous a cappella group Pentatonix. But long before he was performing on global stages, Scott was just a young boy with a huge love for music, a bright imagination, and a dream that kept growing year after year. Scott grew up in a warm and supportive family environment. His parents encouraged creativity, and from a very young age, he was drawn to singing. Even as a child, he could not resist harmonizing to songs he heard on the radio, mimicking melodies, and performing in front of anyone who would listen. By the time he reached grade school, it became clear he had a natural gift, not only for singing, but also for understanding how music works. He had a sharp ear for harmony, timing, and emotional expression. During his teenage years, Scott attended Martin High School in Arlington, where he met two people who would change his life forever: Mitch Grassi and Kirsten Maldonado. All three shared a deep love for music and instantly connected through choir and school performances. Scott and Mitch also became incredibly close friends, bonding over their similar tastes in pop music, theater, and creative expression. Their friendship became one of the strongest parts of Scott's life, and their musical bond only grew stronger with time. After high school, Scott briefly studied at the University of Southern California, USC. While at USC, he explored music even more seriously, performing in various vocal groups and sharpening his skills as a singer, arranger, and performer. But destiny had a bigger plan waiting for him. In 2011, Scott reunited with Mitch and Kirsten to audition for the brand-new NBC singing competition show, The Sing-Off. They added two more members, Avi Kaplan and Kevin Olusola, to form a 5-person a cappella group. They called themselves Pentatonix, inspired by the pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note musical scale. That number 5 would soon become legendary in the world of vocal music. From the moment they performed on national TV, Scott's talent shone. As the baritone and one of the lead vocalists, he carried melodies, arranged harmonies, and helped shape the group's unique sound. Pentatonix went on to win Season 3 of The Sing-Off in 2011, and this victory changed Scott's life forever. Instead of going back to college, he and the group dedicated themselves fully to music. Pentatonix quickly became one of the most successful a cappella groups in history. Scott played a massive role in developing their sound, mixing pop, electronic, classical, and soulful influences into fresh, exciting arrangements. The group released albums, went on world tours, won 3 Grammy Awards, and gained millions of fans worldwide. But Scott's creativity didn't stop there. Outside Pentatonix, he and Mitch Grassi formed the musical project called Super Fruit. What began as a fun YouTube channel became a serious music duo, releasing songs filled with humor, color, energy, and bold creativity. Super Fruit allowed Scott to show another side of himself, more experimental, playful, and theatrical. Over the years, Scott has also become known for his personality. Fans love him for his warmth, confidence, humor, and kindness. He openly shares parts of his life on social media, inspiring many people to be true to themselves, follow their passions, and overcome fear. In 2023, he married his partner Mark Manio, celebrating a new chapter filled with love and support. Today, Scott Hoying is more than just a singer. He is a songwriter, arranger, performer, YouTuber, and creative leader. From a young boy in Texas with big dreams to a world-renowned artist. How about Kirsten Maldonado, one of the lead singers of the group? Let's take a closer look. Kirsten Maldonado. Kirsten Taylor Maldonado, born on the 16th of May 1992 in Fort Worth, Texas, is best known as one of the lead singers of the world-famous a cappella group Pentatonix. Even though she later became a global star, Kirsten's journey began in a very humble and simple way. From a young age, she always felt drawn to music. As a little girl, she loved singing around the house, performing for family members, and imagining herself on a big stage one day. Her mother quickly noticed her talent and supported her passion, making sure she had every chance to grow. By the time Kirsten was 8 years old, she already knew she wanted to be a performer. She begged her mother to let her take voice lessons, and not long after, she joined a local theater group. That step changed everything. Through theater, she learned how to control her voice, how to act, and how to bring emotions into every performance. These early experiences helped shape her into the confident and expressive singer she would later become. While attending Martin High School in Arlington, Texas, she met two boys who shared her love for music, Scott Hoying and Mitch Grassi. The three quickly became friends. They loved singing together, harmonizing for fun, and dreaming about doing something big with their voices someday. None of them knew that this friendship would eventually turn into one of the most successful vocal groups in the world. After graduating high school, Kirsten went on to study musical theater at the University of Oklahoma. However, everything changed in 2011, when Scott came up with an idea that would transform all their lives. He wanted to form a vocal group to compete on the reality TV show The Sing-Off. He immediately called Kirsten and Mitch. Even though she was in school, Kirsten did not want to miss the opportunity, so she decided to take a bold risk. She left college to join the group. Soon after, Kevin Olusola and Avi Kaplan joined them, completing the five-member group now known as Pentatonix. In December 2011, they won Season 3 of The Sing-Off, shocking the audience with their incredible harmonies, creative arrangements, and unique sound. This victory did not just give them fame, it launched their entire career. Even though Pentatonix became famous for their powerful group sound, Kirsten stood out for her warm, rich, and emotional voice. She often sings the lead parts, especially on songs that require strong feelings or softer tones. Fans around the world love her sweet but bold vocal style, her expressive performances, and her ability to switch between genres with ease. As the group continued to release albums, win awards, and perform around the globe, Kirsten also grew more confident as an artist. In 2016, Pentatonix won their first Grammy Award, and they went on to win two more in the years that followed. Performing on stages across the world helped Kirsten mature, not just as a singer, but also as a performer with her own identity. In 2017, she decided to take another big step in her career. She released her first solo music under the name Kirsten Trademark. Her solo EP, Love, showed fans a new side of her. It was personal, emotional, and filled with stories from her own life. Many people were surprised by how different her solo sound was from the Pentatonix style, but they loved it because it showed her true voice and creativity. Outside of music, Kirsten is known for her friendly personality her kindness to fans, and her love for fashion. She often experiments with different styles, colors, and looks, and her bold fashion choices have made her stand out on red carpets and music videos. Today, Kirsten Maldonado continues to shine as one of the leading voices of Pentatonix, while also exploring her individual artistic path. Talking of Kirsten, how about the beatboxer and cello player of Pentatonix? Let's find out. Kevin Olusola. Kevin Olusola is one of the most talented and unique musicians in the world today. Many people know him as the beatboxer and cello player from the world-famous a cappella group Pentatonix, but his story reaches far beyond the stage. Born on October 5, 1988 in Owensboro, Kentucky, USA, Kevin grew up in a home filled with culture, learning, and music. His father is from Nigeria, and his mother is from Grenada. So, from a young age, he was surrounded by different traditions, sounds, and ideas. This mixed background helped shape the creative mind he later became known for. Kevin's parents believed strongly in discipline and education, so they encouraged him to study hard and also explore music. Kevin began learning the cello when he was just 6 years old. While other kids his age were busy with cartoons and toys, Kevin was practicing his instrument for hours. Later, he also learned the piano and saxophone, proving early on that he was not an ordinary child. By the time he reached high school, Kevin was already skilled enough to win awards and perform in respected music programs. However, Kevin did not simply want to play the cello the traditional way. He loved hip-hop, pop, and modern music, and he wanted to mix the old with the new. This desire led him to create a style that shocked many people around the world: celloboxing, a combination of cello playing and beatboxing at the same time. In 2011, he posted a video online of himself performing a celloboxing version of Mark Summers' Julie O. The video went viral quickly, reaching millions of views and introducing Kevin to a global audience. People were amazed by the fresh sound he created, and this moment changed his life forever. While Kevin's musical style was taking off online, a major opportunity arrived. In 2011, Scott Hoying contacted him about joining a new a cappella group for a TV competition called The Sing-Off. That group became Pentatonix, with members Scott Hoying, Mitch Grassi, Kirsten Maldonado, Avi Kaplan, and Kevin Olusola. They wanted a sound that was modern, full, and dynamic, something never heard before in a cappella. Kevin's beatboxing and rhythm skills gave the group exactly what they needed. Together, they entered Season 3 of The Sing-Off and won the competition. This victory launched their careers and made them one of the most successful a cappella groups in history. Kevin's presence in Pentatonix cannot be overstated. His beatboxing acts like the heartbeat of their music. Whether the group is performing pop covers, Christmas songs, original pieces, or medleys, Kevin provides rhythm, texture, and energy that lift every performance to a higher level. Many fans say Pentatonix would not sound like Pentatonix without him. Over the years, the group has won multiple Grammy Awards, sold millions of albums, and gained billions of views online. And Kevin has been a key part of that success. But Kevin is not only a member of Pentatonix, he is also a solo artist, a producer, and a songwriter. In 2015, he released his solo EP titled The Renegade, where he blended classical music, pop, and hip-hop in ways that showed his deep musical understanding. He has also worked with well-known artists in different genres, using his creativity to add something new to every project. Outside of music, Kevin is a thoughtful and disciplined person. He studied at Yale University and is fluent in Mandarin Chinese, which surprises many fans. His ability to learn languages, instruments, and new skills comes from his strong work ethic and curiosity. He often talks about the importance of dedication, faith, and staying true to your passion. Today, Kevin Olusola continues to inspire people around the world. What about Sallee, who replaced the original bass singer of Pentatonix, Avi Kaplan? Let's take a closer look. Matt Sallee. Matthew Levon Sallee was born on the 11th of February 1994 in Baltimore, Maryland. Music became a big part of his life from a very early age. When he was only 4 years old, he started singing in his church choir, where his father worked as the pastor. Being part of the choir allowed him to learn about singing, harmony, and performing in front of an audience while he was still a little boy. Growing up in La Plata, Maryland, Sallee spent a lot of time developing his musical talents, learning how to use his voice in different ways, and understanding how to perform with confidence. He completed his high school education at Maurice J. McDonough High School in 2012. During these years, he continued to nurture his love for music and took part in various performances and school events that gave him more experience on stage. After high school, Sallee decided to take his passion even further by attending Berklee College of Music, one of the most well-known music schools in the world. At Berklee, he honed his vocal skills, studied music theory, and learned techniques that would later help him adapt to different musical styles and perform at a professional level. In 2017, the original bass singer of Pentatonix, Avi Kaplan, announced that he would leave the group. Kaplan's deep bass voice had been a major part of the band's signature sound, so his departure left a big gap. Soon after, it was announced that Matt Sallee would join Pentatonix as their new bass singer. He made his first appearance with the group during their final Christmas concert of 2017. This performance marked the start of a new chapter, not just for Sallee, but also for Pentatonix. His first album with the band was A Pentatonix Christmas Deluxe, where his rich, deep voice brought a fresh and powerful layer to their harmonies. Sallee's role in Pentatonix goes far beyond singing only the bass parts. He sometimes sings baritone solos and can even reach into the tenor range when needed. He also contributes to beatboxing on certain songs, showing how versatile he is as a musician. For instance, in the song Joyful, Joyful, during Kevin Olusola's rap verse, Sallee handles the beatboxing, adding rhythm and energy. In their cover of Havana, he performs both the bass line and vocal percussion at the same time, proving his skill, timing, and ability to support the group in multiple ways. His talents help maintain Pentatonix's signature sound, while also allowing them to experiment with new musical ideas and arrangements. Outside of music, Sallee has built a fulfilling personal life. He became engaged to his girlfriend, Sarah Bishop, in 2020. The couple got married on the 2nd of January 2022, and in July 2024, they welcomed their first child, adding a joyful new chapter to their life. Beyond his family, Sallee has a close friendship with fellow Pentatonix member Kevin Olusola. Their strong bond and mutual support not only improve their performances on stage, but also help them grow as artists and as individuals. So, what do you think about the shocking look of the Pentatonix members? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.